Hello my lovelies, Barbara here with another tarot reading for the week ahead. It's Monday the 14th of April 2025. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I certainly did. I was teaching spell jars, and the great thing about when I teach spell jars is I can do one myself at the same time because I've got to show how to make it. So it's always a good chance to update my spell jars. Anyway, let's get on with your reading. So I hope you had a fantastic weekend yourself. 2 weekends ago, so not this one that's just gone, the weekend before, I was in Glastonbury, if you remember. And guess what? I bought another new deck of tarot cards. So this one's called the Spirit of the Woodland Tarot. Now, it was interesting how I came across this. I was actually at the Witches Market where I used to work years ago. And there was a young woman there, amazing artist. And she designed these cards. And what's brilliant, she used watercolours, I believe she said, and ink. So no AI involved. These are proper designed cards, actually designed from the heart. And that's what makes them so special. So I'm going to show you the back. Here we go. Look at that. These are really good quality cards. I know I keep saying this in all the cards, I will do a review on these because they so deserve a review. So wonderful gilt on the back. So 5 cards. So this first one, we have the Page of Cups. Now just look at the artwork, and it's great because it's matte, so you don't really get much of a reflection on these. So there's so much going on in this particular card this week, and this is very much, it's cups. It's all about relationships with your friends and your family and your partners. I suppose actually your partner should come under the heading of family and friends, but you know where I'm coming from. Anyway, so it's a page. So think, what were you like when you were a page? You know, when you were 12 years old, you can do just about anything. And that is the focus of this week. In respect of relationships, this is very much a week to actually pursue relationships, pursue friendships, and actually reconnect with people, whether it's a partner, whether it's friends, perhaps you haven't heard from a long time, but to reconnect and perhaps restart that friendship. This is also a fantastic week if you are actually looking for a new partner or a new romantic interest. This is the week to actually get that little bit of courage up and actually move forward. Now, if you look at this fawn here, fawns are all about innocence. So you have to be a little bit wary if you're looking for a new partner. Don't be too innocent, okay? That sounds a bit wrong, actually, but you know what I mean. I mean, don't think everybody is perfect. Look at everybody carefully, and it will enable you to find that perfect person or people to draw towards you. You've also got some wonderful silver birches in the background. They're all about transformation. So this can transform your life. You're in a bit of a doldrum at the moment. So perhaps it's time to get out there. Now the sun's shining. You know, if you've got a dog, go on a different route. See if you meet new people. Even if you haven't got a dog, go out for a walk. Visit places, go to museums and things like that. They're all starting to reopen because it's coming up to Easter. So this is a perfect opportunity to go out there and meet new people and really feel, yeah, do you know what? It's about time I got myself out there and had a really, really good time. You've also got these mushrooms. Now, I believe they're porcini mushrooms. Now, I had to look up to see if porcini mushrooms had a specific meaning. So I had to write it down, actually. So where are we? Porcini mushrooms, abundance, grounding, and wealth. Well, this lovely fawn here, well, that innocence of that fawn is very grounded. But look, he's looking outwards. What's going on there? And we also have primroses. How perfect are primroses for this time of year? They're everywhere, and it's all that joyfulness, the whole point that, yeah, abundance is coming. Now this is a cup, so this is very much abundance of friendship, abundance of relationships, and yeah, the relationship you have with yourself, very, very important. So this is a superb week to get out there and start meeting people. So perhaps join do they still have them? What are those date things that, like, you've got 2 minutes to speak to somebody? Speed dating. Perhaps it's a good chance to do some speed dating anyway. So what do you need to look at to actually create that abundance? Well, funny enough, you've got the Two of Coins, so the Two of Pentacles. Now we have a lovely frog here and some frog spawn. Now remember, twos are all about balance. Both the frog is very much a case of abundance coming towards you. So if a frog jumps in front of your path, that means something's good's coming towards you. Remember, that lead card is a cup, so this is very much about abundance of relationships and that sort of thing. You've also got the frog spawn here, transformation. So this week you can either transform yourself to enable you to go out and meet people, but equally, by actually meeting new people, that in itself will transform you, but you have some control. Equally, frogs are all about renewal. So it's like a new step upwards, a new you. Yeah, do you know what? Renewal, let's get out there. Transformation, let's get out there. Let's make things happen, because it's you that's got to make things happen. You've got to go and take that first step forward. I'm not sure, these ones, I did look these up because I'm not very good on mushrooms. I've got to say, don't ever take me foraging because I really won't know. Now, I reckon these are called chanterelle mushrooms. Here we go. So I looked them up. It's the symbol of wealth. Well, that makes sense. But remember, this is about relationships. So that wealth of friendships and just people you're getting to know. They don't have to become great friends or best buddies or anything like that. It's that opening up. The fact that you need to meet new people, and if you've got spring out there, get out there and start that growth of the people in your life. I don't know what tree this is, I have to say. I mean, it looks a bit Japanesey, but this is sort of British countryside. It's some sort of, whether it's an apple tree, it could be a cherry tree, because you can see the blossom coming down, almost like confetti. And it's that beauty of, again, that, oh gosh, we've gone through the dormant winter and now we're sending out that blossom ready to grow into ripe fruit. So this is the whole of this card, even though it's only a two. Yes, it's only a two. That's very much a case of abundance, but you have to make those first steps towards these new relationships that are coming in. So what's the center card? And I love this. We have the Three of Cups. So it's overwhelmingly cups, I think, today. Oh, well, I think there's 3 cups actually in here. And we have the 3 otters. Otters are playful, aren't they? And they're very close. They love playing with other otters. You know, they muck about in the water. I'm thinking about water itself. Remember, in tarot, it represents, well, most spirituality, it represents relationships and emotions. This is an incredibly happy week. This is, get together with your friends, even new people, have fun. I mean, so when I was at Glastonbury, I met so many new people and had so much fun, not just the friends I went away with. So it's a really, really important week that you do pursue that happiness and that joyfulness and that let's party type vibe that you can get this week, but it's down to you, as I mentioned before. And funny enough, we've got some more of these porcini mushrooms, so that abundance is coming. And I love this. So we've got some more cups. It's the 6 of Cups. Remember, the 6s are all about, we've got past the wobble of the 5. Things are great. Now, the 6 of Cups traditionally usually represent family ties and meeting up with family and all that sort of thing, looking at old photograph albums, and that's a great thing. But look at this. So I'm going to make it closer. Can you see this is actually a crystal ball? I'll just it's definitely a crystal ball with, I think this is a newt. I mean, some sort of lizard, but I'm pretty sure that is a newt. Now think about newts. Newts, again, about transformation. Seems to be a theme this week, doesn't it? Transformation. You think even if the tail falls off, it can regrow. So I feel very strongly this week that any hurt that you've had in the past, long past or even recent past, will begin to heal. And the whole point of having this crystal ball is that you can see into the future. Things may seem a little bit, unclear at the moment, but it can open up. You can see where this week can take you should you decide to follow that path. We've also got here various seed heads, you know, where you blow a wish. Dandelions, that's it, dandelion heads, where you blow and you can make a wish. Now, these haven't let go of their seeds yet, so that's up to you to make that wish. And again, the theme that yes, it's very much about friendship, relationships, but the other theme is this is down to you to make the effort. So if people are ringing you and saying, hey, come on, let's meet up, family, friends, people you haven't seen for ages and ages, let's meet up, let's go away for a weekend, let's just have a barbecue if the weather's still nice, you know, all these things that you can do this week that will enable you to enjoy that closeness of other people. So what's the final card? Now this is, I think, hilarious, but because I look at things in a strange way, we've got the death card. Now I love the death card, and this death card is amazing. Now up here, there is obviously the skeleton of a robin, and I know that because we discussed it when I was at the witches market. And this is actually one of the robins that appears in the Three of Swords. So it's been pierced through the heart and it has appeared here. Now look at this stag. What was the original card? The fawn. So it's gone through full circle by meeting new people. It enables transformation. These here, now I had to look it up again. She did tell me what these are called. Hang on, I got to look at it. I'll find it in a second. Oh, I can't find it. Angel of Death, I remember now. It's called the Angel of Death. And I think it's called other similar sounding names. Sort of, it does what it says on the tin. You don't want to eat these at all because they'll make you very, very poorly, obviously. So hence the reason why the artist has utilised it within this deck. Even in the background, though, we have evergreen trees. And the whole point of the death card is letting go of all the things you don't need. And again, I think this has come up. This seems to be a recurring theme, I think, in my readings recently. It's that joyfulness that, yeah, I can sort myself out. My relationships are about to grow with abundance. Okay, yeah, I've got to let a few things go. But even, do you know what's really strange? This, is it that one there? Yeah, it's almost like, I don't know if you can see it here, it's already been picked. And in fact, it could be that the stag here has already picked that to say, yep, let's do some transformation. Let's get rid of the old and bring in the new. This is going to be such a happy week. And it's just going to be full of so much joy and so much fun. I will say, remember, you've got those Three of Cups there, that you can really enjoy life. But it's really important that you make that effort to get out there. And I said, go places that you're not used to going to, or you haven't been for years, decades even. Yeah, go to the museum. Like I said, just go to a different coffee shop. People watch. See who you can draw into a conversation. Even if you don't see them again, it will enlighten you and it will give you that spark of fun that we've been so missing over the last few months or so. We're into spring. Make the most of it. Great, great week ahead. Anyway, have a fantastic week. Do your best. Get out there and start, what's the word I'm looking for? Not increasing, but bringing in the abundance of new people into your life, and perhaps regenerating almost the people who are already in your life that you can draw back in a little bit more. Anyway, have a great week. Like I said, I will see you soon. Have a fantastic time making friends. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.